Welcome back to the Sales Revolution. I'm Ingrid Maynard, founder and managing director of the Sales Doctor. Today is a little bit of a special episode in that we've got a live demonstration of a product that, well, is it a product? Is it a service? It's absolutely an enabler. And we're going to have the creator or the co-designer of Saleslook, which is the product that we'll be showcasing today, to take us through that. Now, Ian Selbie is a return guest on the Sales Revolution. The moment that I had the privilege of getting to know him, I just thought, oh my God, I wish you were closer, because I feel like everyone needs an Ian in their lives. Everyone needs Ian as their sales coach as well, to get that injection of positivity and of refocus on the things that really matter. I absolutely walk away from every conversation feeling enlightened, enabled, and happier as a result. So today's episode, I'm hoping, absolutely translates that for you as well. Now, for those of you who don't remember Ian, I just want to give you a little bit of background, because his credentials mean that he's somebody worth listening to and paying attention to, because he absolutely has deep and wide experience in the sales space. So he was at Apple in those early days with Steve Jobs. In fact, there's a picture of him with Steve Jobs in about 1984, and he was at Apple for 10 years, and he was the top Apple salesperson in the world. And that's huge. He's been involved with international sales effectiveness for over 25 years, and guess how many people he's trained? How many people he's trained? Well, it's over 17,000 across 8 countries. That's a lot. He's an author, he's a speaker, he's a trainer, he's a coach, a podcaster, and he's the co-designer of this technology that we'll be showcasing today, which is called Saleslook. And I'm very proud to say that I'm the Australian distributor of Saleslook, which is a revolutionary pipeline management app. And the focus for this episode is to introduce this amazing sales pipeline management app. And I welcome Ian to the podcast.
Ingrid, my dear friend, thank you so much for having me back. After how long we went last time, I was always worried, would I be invited back?
I know. I know. Well, I missed you. So,
Oh, sweet. So sweet.
yeah, I know. So,
Well, kudos to you, my friend. The sales revolution, everything you're doing, the big impact you're making on the sales world globally, your books, your podcasts, everything you do with your services. I feel like you're my younger, much younger sister from Australia. That's how I feel.
well, that's very kind. I don't know how much younger, but I'll take it. I'll take it, because at this age you have to take those things. Go, oh, thank you. Um, but I have to say, I think I feel the same way. We're so aligned, particularly when it comes to B2B sales approaches, and it's why when I tried Saleslook, I mean, I just knew that it was a tool that I wanted my clients to have access to, regardless of whether they were using a CRM or not. Um, because for those listeners who may not know about Saleslook, I'm going to get you to explain exactly what it actually is, what it isn't, and why you developed it.
That's a really good question, Ingrid. And like yourself, I've been coaching salespeople around the world for a long, long time. And I felt really bad for them
Yeah.
because companies would go out and buy or subscribe to a CRM and said, all right, you got to do this. You got to fill in all the fields. And everything I heard, because I ended up having a great relationship with the salespeople, they're not going to tell the boss, the president, that what you bought isn't exactly a great thing. It's you're forcing us to use this. And I just saw like the wasted time in their eyes. They would look at me and go, do you know what I've got to do every day? Sometimes it takes longer to put the deal into the CRM than it did to have the meeting with the customer.
Yeah,
Something's
that's
wrong, right?
absolutely
Why are
on
we doing
point.
this?
Yep.
So I said, all right, okay, I feel your pain. And for many times I've been coaching, doing like you, monthly sales reviews, and I would get an export from whatever their CRM was, and I have to put it into a spreadsheet, make sense of it, kind of look at it sideways to try and look at shape to figure out what's going on. And I thought, these poor folks, these poor people, it's taken me a ton of time to just sort it, to figure it out. How long did it take them to put all that data in there? And so I thought, oh, like let's unhandcuff them from the keyboard. So what we have found with Saleslook with our users is that I can create an extra day a week for salespeople to build relationships and sell.
Yeah.
We can create an extra week a month, an extra quarter a year. Think about that,
Yes.
Ingrid. Think about
Yes.
that. You know what sales time's worth. It's like dog years. We're living way quicker than the rest of the company. With that 25 to 30% increase in productivity, what might we do with that? I would argue we'd sell 25 to 30% more. And
See, Ian, this is the bit that, so I mean, you've just talked to one of the biggest problems that sales leaders talk about, which is, I want our people to be out there more, and the salespeople themselves go, well, if I didn't have so much damn admin to do, I would
that's
be.
it.
And what you're saying is this gives us back a quarter a year, did you say?
Yes, yes. Here's an example. So we're just, and I'll demonstrate it at some point whenever you want.
Yep.
But in most CRMs,
Yep.
it can take 10 plus minutes to enter a new deal. Well, first of all, they have to log in and figure out where it is and how to do it, and then enter all the data. And there's a ton of data. So 10 minutes later, they click the save button, right? In SalesLook, and I will show you, it takes 7 seconds to move a deal in SalesLook. So in other CRMs, you have to again go in, log in, find it. Oh, that deal. Okay, I have to change something about it, add a bunch of information, and move it to the next stage. Again, that's minutes. In SalesLook, I can drag and drop it right on the screen in between calls while I'm out in the field doing what I should be, seeing customers and prospects, not
Yes.
chained to my desk.
Yep. 100%. So let's just say I have a CRM, Ian, and I might be a salesperson or I might be a sales leader listening to this podcast, and I'm thinking, yeah, well, we have to use our CRM. What would you say to them about how they could use Saleslook to complement the dashboard that's on their CRM? And how can they use its functionality to clarify and prioritize sales activity? Maybe that's the demonstration that we have as well, but how does it work with a CRM?
It's a great question. Many of our clients, Ingrid, for standards or compliance reasons, need to have a CRM. If you're in financial services, you need to track way more than just, the date of birth and, the temperature of the day when you were having the meeting with them. You have to make a lot of notes. And that's great for inside sales. That's great for the company back at the office, who that's their job. They work at a desk all day. Wonderful. The difference is sales look is for salespeople. It's not to be changed. So free your sales force. That's one of our slogans. It's sometimes less is way more. So with sales look, inside sales could see exactly what's going on with sales look through the team view. And they can do all of that, that coding, that typing into the CRM back at home office so that the salesperson is, what are they free to do? See their pipeline, go build relationships, go sell more. So they don't have to take a bunch of rustic notes, get back to their office, be chained for a day to everything up, right? So they coexist, and you can cut and paste. You can cut and paste notes right out of SalesLook, paste them. So even the inside salespeople don't have to manually type everything.
Fantastic. Amazing. Well, did you just want to talk us through,
Sure.
yeah, as you would, as if we were somebody that was exploring this solution from scratch?
Absolutely. So what I've got up on the screen, Ingrid and watchers, is when you log into Saleslook, this is what comes up on your screen. This is your active pipeline. So all the deals you have in play at the various stages of sales process, which are interested, which is the first meeting, discovered, that's when the salesperson's understood that there is something worthy of pursuit, qualified, and I'm very strict on qualified, I'll explain that. Selected, you're winning, but you haven't won yet, and closed, you've won the deal, right? So those are the stages that you see these little colored cells in. Some of you might be thinking, what do these colors mean? And it's a great question because the colors, and I'll bring something up right now, the little color icon. And so you can, with everyone's use of Saleslook, they can personalize it. So different lines of business. We've got some financial services clients there. Investment clients are in green, like that opportunity. Their insurance is in yellow. Their group benefit programs are in purple. So any client can say, well, let's different lines of business, product or service or subscription. You can do that any way you want. So the beauty of this, though, Ingrid, especially for the salesperson and the sales leader, they could look at a salesperson's pipeline at a glance and see their mix. Oh, you're doing great with that one line of business, but you're falling down on the other. And when I look at the other pipelines, that's not the case. Maybe you need some training. Maybe we need to help you to cross sell more effectively, right? So, again, designed by salespeople for salespeople to take a minimal amount of time, but still keep them and their sales leadership focused on what's important, which is driving business, right? Now you've got these other little colored flags. So there's green flags, red flags, blue flags, purple flags. So I'll go back to this. And again, tailorable by the client. So this is how it comes, if you will, out of the box. All of this is changeable, completely
Yep.
changeable. So a green flag would mean, what's the source of lead? Where did you get that lead from? It was a referral. A blue flag means I found it on a web. It was a website lead. Great.
Yeah.
Marketing might have handed that off. There you go. Purple is marketing. Maybe that's an event or a campaign they did. They did a trade show. They did something, and they're giving you a specific trade. And right down to the red flag, which is Pipeline Wednesday, and I think we're going to talk about that,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
which is
Yep.
like, I don't know, it might trump all of those together, but so again, so Ingrid, the notion of this is at a glance, the salesperson can look at their pipeline. The sales leader can look at that salesperson's pipeline and going, where are you getting your leads from?
Yeah.
Why is sales rep A getting more lead and sales rep B is not? Like, so it creates this opportunity for coaching and
Yes.
collaboration that
Yeah.
you might need a business intelligence agent to help you otherwise to drill into all the data and those types of things. So that's the pipeline. Now you might notice, hopefully it's working, not the software, but the recording. Some cells are blinking, they're flashing,
Yeah.
right? And some of the close dates are also flashing. So
Ah.
what that means is there's a notification for salespeople. So you could go right into the little icon beside the color, the painting palette is the notification icon. So what that
Ah.
only brings up, so sales rep, get to your desk in the morning, pour your coffee, click that button, and that will tell you what's already overdue. So it's not AI, it's SI, it's sales intelligence. It's like, okay, I set an alert for myself or a close date for myself that has come and gone. I better do something.
Yeah.
Right? So I can actually drill into one of these deals, one that's flashing. Here's one that's flashing. I'll click into the deal. So again, this is how you would enter any deal. So the name of the account, right? So all of your accounts are listed here. It's not an account pipeline, it's an opportunity pipeline. So where do
Yes.
opportunities come from? Existing clients, hopefully, if
Yes.
we're proactive and hunting on
Right.
the farm, and from new
Yes.
clients that we're looking and prospecting for. If it's
Yes.
not on the list, you can type it in right here, a brand new opportunity, and it adds it to your list. Where in the pipeline is it? It's a drop-down menu. You can change it there. I'll show you a better way to change it. The name of the project, because you could have account ABC, but they could have 5 active projects with different decision makers, different budgets, different close dates. You want to track them separately, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. How big is the deal? Are you forecasting it? Lead measurement, and that's a score system out of 10, going after your best business first, always, right? That's probably another episode, Ingrid. And then
Okay.
whatever color coding you did, you get to assign that deal. That's a purple deal. Where did I get that lead? Well, I called them on a pipeline Wednesday. And now close date is June 6th. So I better move that up. We're out of date on that. I'll move that to October, whatever I want, 26th. And so I get to set an alert. It's one of your salesperson's friends. When you've
Okay.
got like 20 customers and you've got 70 leads and opportunities you're chasing, there's a
Yes.
lot of data in here. And
Yes.
some of us keep spreadsheets. Some of us are
Yes.
chained to the keyboard and driving down CRM street all day long. But
Yes.
Saleslook says, why not set an alert for yourself? Why don't I say that on, let's say October, oh no, I got to pick the date, October, pick a date, something in the future, 30th. The alert is on, and I could put anything I want in here. I can say
Okay.
prepare a proposal, bring them for a site visit, connect them to a referral account so they can prove that we're, a very reliable and value added supplier. And then you save that account. So demo test has now been updated. And so when I look at my whole pipeline, it's no longer alert anymore. Demo test is right here. So whatever I changed is there, and it's not flashing anymore. Neither is the
Mm.
close date because it's in the future, right? So
Yes.
that's just when you look at your pipeline at a glance, that's what you see is your active deals, not your client list, that's in there, not your lead list that aren't active in the pipeline, they're also in there. Not your sales plan and some of the other things we might talk about, but what does a salesperson need? A dashboard. What am I going to do today, right now? I don't want to have to drill into anything. My time's worth a fortune, not just to
Mm.
me, but to my company. I need a dashboard that's going to keep me on track.
Yes. Yep. Can you talk us through the different stages and your definition of those stages?
Absolutely, absolutely, Ingrid. So instead of just telling you, I can show you because
Yes,
we
love
built
that.
the business rules into each stage, and I know you know that. So
Yeah,
a
that's
little
great.
question mark. So when you look at your pipeline, this tells me I have 7 deals and interested. The value is worth 419,000, like all the
Hmm.
stages, it rolls it up. And an interested, by the way, we may not know the value of that. It's too
Mm.
early on to actually, it's that first meeting, that first date. How do we know if it's just going to be popcorn and a movie? We don't know we're going for dinner yet, right? So it's way too early. But if the salesperson puts some dollar value into it, it adds it in. So the little question mark pops up and it gives you the definition. What does interested mean? Right? So it's right there. So if someone's curious, what does interested mean? Well, that's what it means, right? So that's interested. If discovered, what does discovered mean? Well, that's different. We've begun the qualifying process. We're not thoroughly qualified yet, but we've begun that process, right? And
Okay.
then, what does qualified mean? Well, qualified is very important. It's ABQ, not ABC. Always be qualifying, not always be closing. So it's very important. You want to win by 3 touchdowns, not a last second field goal. So if you're good at qualifying, you will win more often. So
Love that.
qualifying is that selected, and again, closed as well. So just to give you an idea, if you click the little school cap here in Saleslook, what that takes you to is Saleslook University.
Oh,
So hopefully you're seeing the screen, Ingrid, where this comes up.
yes.
Okay. So what that is, it's going to take a while to fill in the screen, I think. What it is 30 minutes of me video teaching. There it is now. Thankfully, I've got a different shirt on this time. Ah,
Yeah.
but it's 30 minutes of me teaching some
Yes.
some methodology of Saleslook.
Yeah.
One of the
Fabulous.
methodologies within Saleslook is pipeline management. What do those stages mean? What
Yeah.
don't they mean? How do you properly qualify? And it's a
Mm.
video training. It's 30 minutes. You can watch it, pause it, and you can watch it as many times as you want. It's always
Yeah.
there for the active user. It
Right.
also goes through what is the sales plan? How do we
Yeah.
set our annual plan and how do we track the accountability towards achieving that plan? The
Yes.
third thing that it goes over, which is very important, is Pipeline Wednesday. How, if you want a big pipeline, I've always said this, Ingrid, if you want to clean your house, have a party. Because you know before the guests arrive, you will get that house clean. Because you don't want
How
anyone to
true is
think,
that?
that's another t-shirt, by the way.
It is.
Clean your
Just,
house, have a party. You
I
want
know,
to fill
like
your
the
pipeline?
ABQ,
You
not
want to fill your
ABC.
pipeline? Have Pipeline Wednesday. It's the same idea.
But,
So that's
but can
built
I
into the
ask you?
product. That's
Can
not
I just
extra.
ask?
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to ask you about Pipeline Wednesday. So, you know how you talk about Pipeline Wednesday, and this is a big part of your focus with your clients, and now will be with mine as well. There are going to be some people that go, isn't, Pipeline Wednesday the role of a sales leader or a sales manager to do? Um, can you just talk to us about what Pipeline Wednesdays are and the benefit that an external coach can bring to these sessions, and also how it kind of supplements the work that a sales leader's, doing with their team? And it's not replacing them or anything like that, but how it kind of works in with each other. And if the business doesn't have a specific focus on pipeline, what the risks are.
No. So I'll talk to the last one first, Ingrid.
Oh, I'm sorry, I've interrupted you. I'm sorry.
No, you haven't. No, no, it's perfect. I will answer. We will
Okay.
dialogue it all through, I'm sure.
Okay. Great.
So any company, any business, small, mid-sized, whatever, when you think of business valuation, when you think what is your business worth? If we wanted to raise capital, if we wanted to sell our company, go public, what do we value and if we're private, what do we value the company at? Well, the people with investment money are going to ask lots of questions. I know this because of my client base. They'll look under all the rocks and go, what are your sales? How long you been in business? Do you have any intellectual property that's yours? What's your client loyalty look like? And they'll say, how big is your pipeline? Right? So the pipeline is a corporate asset, no matter whether you plan on selling or not, but it's an asset of your future. It's where your future lies. It's where all those next profit margins come from, is within your pipeline, right? So that's so important. Pipeline Wednesday, we're to go back to your first question. What is it? Well, I've been doing it for my clients for 17, 18 years. I've been doing my business for 25, but I kind of said by listening to some of my clients, you guys aren't like, you're not good at this. You actually wait for your phone to ring. You might be guilty of that order taker status. That's the worst thing on the planet. I'm gonna do something called Pipeline Wednesday for you. And that's where it got invented. And I thought, well, it's working so well. I brought it to so many people in many countries around the world. Why would it not be in Saleslook?
Mm,
So what Pipeline Wednesday is, it's every second Wednesday. Why Wednesday? Because Monday's a bad day to do reach out calls. There's a lot of long weekends. It gets in the way. Friday's not a good day to make new calls either. Turns out the best day through research, through my own like observation, Wednesday midweek, the best way to get through to the most people when you're outreaching to book a meeting with them.
great.
And so it's a 3 hour outreach campaign on a Wednesday, typically, depending on time zones, 9 a.m. till noon. So it's 3 hours. So what is the objective of Pipeline Wednesday? Is to book a meeting. And that meeting could be with a brand new prospect. It could be a trade show list you're following up. Maybe you got a few referrals last week. Maybe, the marketing did some campaign and here's 12 leads. Go get them. Right? So
Yeah.
that it could be new business opportunities like that. Or it could
Yeah.
be calling to book account reviews with existing clients to get repeat business. I call it the
Yes.
three sweet R's: repeat, reference, and referrals.
Love.
So 50 to 60% of the time when someone does an account review, and I'm happy to share what that's all about, you will find brand new opportunity right within that account.
Mm.
So is that good activity when you book an account review? Yes. Is a brand new net meeting worth a little more if I gamified it? Yes, it is. So Pipeline Wednesday, what it creates, Ingrid, is sales muscle. It
Yeah.
creates salespeople that are like every 2 weeks, they're getting ready to win this game, and it is a game. So when I'm facilitating Pipeline Wednesday, and I know you are too, is I have a text list of all the reps for my client's company. They
Mhm.
text me the name of the account, just like you might see on Saleslook,
Yeah.
with when is the meeting? When is that first meeting? And I put it on a Pipeline Wednesday scoreboard. And I
Okay.
take a picture of that scoreboard and I text it real time to the thread who are playing the game. So now they're going, well, I was winning, but now I'm losing. I better catch up. I better make some calls. So do you
Yeah.
think salespeople are just a little bit competitive? Just
Yes.
they are. And so they want to win. Some of my clients gamify it and give a little reward. It could be financial, it could be something. Who won Pipeline Wednesday last time? And I
Mm.
keep the annual stats. So it's like this ongoing, league of winning. And
Okay.
salespeople, you never want to be lost. You never
Right.
want to be lost, right? So,
Amazing.
so that's what it is. And sales leaders, sure. Guess what? A lot of sales leaders turns out, and Ingrid will demonstrate it right on Saleslook. A lot of sales leaders have their own clients still. They
Yeah.
haven't been able to hand them off to someone else because the client wants them. And maybe
Yep.
it's historic. Maybe it's 10 years later. I got to love this guy still. So
Yeah.
when I look at sales look like we are right now, this pipeline is whoever's pipeline it is. It could be the sales leader's pipeline,
Yeah.
right? When I look at TeamView, up comes the salespeople that work for me. This is
Ah.
their pipeline, right? So a sales leader needs to look after their own pipeline and should also participate in Pipeline Wednesday. Go book account reviews, go call more, go do. In fact, if you want your salespeople to do it, you better lead by example. You better do it
Yes.
too, right? Don't
Yes.
don't tell them to do something you wouldn't do.
Right.
I've learned that a long, long time ago, and I know you have too, Ingrid.
Yeah.
We'll talk about team. Well, I could go over it right now. So if I'm the sales leader, kind of coming off the Pipeline Wednesday just a wee bit,
Yeah.
but if I'm the sales leader, I spend a lot of my time in team view, which is far right in terms of the menu, and I see
Yep.
my whole team. I see a
Yep.
summary. I've got 20 deals and interested, and here's how they're distributed through these six salespeople, discovered all the way across. These little red dots, it says Bill Gates. We had fun with the demo.
I know.
Bill
I
Gates is
love. I
only,
love your team. It's powerful.
I guess Bill's kind of retired these days, but anyway, just for fun.
Yeah.
But Bill's only put 8 new deals into his pipeline this month.
Right.
So that goes back to zero every month,
Okay. That's
right?
so that
So
keeps it
Elon Musk has
real.
done 17. Jeff
Yes.
Bezos, 5. Michael Dell, 11. Steve Jobs from his grave has done 14. And Warren Buffett's done 12.
Wow.
So that
Mm.
resets it. So I can, at a glance, go, who's really hunting on my team and who's not.
Yes.
So now I go, okay, Jeff, you're kind of retired on the farm. Let me look at Jeff's pipeline. So I
Yeah.
can pull up Jeff's pipeline and see
Yep.
exactly what's going on. I can even, click this little lock button, and that lets me edit Jeff's pipeline. I can add deals. I can add notes. I can do it. That gives me Jeff's permission because I'm Jeff's manager. I'm his
Yeah,
boss,
right.
right?
Okay.
So that's how you click and lock into one person. So go back to the team. I can drill into anyone. Who's got a nice Elon Musk? Nice looking pipeline. Getting a little thin on interested, but you've closed some business. You've got some close to the edge. So I can look and compare. And again, at a glance, see the colors and the source of lead. So what a coaching platform. Selfishly, when I co-designed Saleslook, I had two objectives selfishly. First and foremost, I wanted to build a tool that salespeople would love instead of what they're chained to at the desk. So they can
Yes.
look at it and it'll be their friend, their best friend. Secondly, selfishly, because I've been coaching for so long, I would love a coaching tool that I could see this level of granularity at a glance. I
Yeah.
don't have to drill into something, ask for a report, try and make sense of it, look at it, decide whatever I had to do, I can do. So now I can coach right here, right now, pull up Saleslook up on the shared screen, do a Zoom call like we're doing, and now we're actually moving the needle for salespeople.
Right.
So yeah, Pipeline Wednesday. I'll give you. I'll tell you a little story. Ingrid, you and I know we're both storytellers, right? I know that. So about a year and a half ago, maybe I had a client in New York, right?
Yep.
And they were in the manufacturing business. They
Yes.
had, when I first got there, they had the worst sales team I ever seen. After my assessment, we refreshed it, hired new people. I came back and trained them and put them on Pipeline Wednesday.
Okay.
So in 8 months, standing still from zero pipeline, 8 months later, we put $70 million of opportunities into their pipeline.
That's amazing.
Every 2 weeks, 3 hours on a Wednesday. That was it.
That's amazing. And
No
and
trade
honestly,
shows, no advertising, just organic gamification between salespeople who
yep.
wanted to win. And
Yep.
they converted 25 to 35%. So it's like it's not just activity we're showing.
Yep.
It
Yep.
creates results,
Yep.
quantity and quality. Right?
Yep.
So people who start on Pipeline Wednesday, the sales manager is I never want someone's job. I,
Yeah.
I'm his left right hand man. Like
Yeah.
I'm there to help them succeed. He's
That's
a
right.
coach within the product, usually good at the product themselves, a coach within
Yeah.
the pipeline. I just want to fill it for them. So
Yeah, that's
they have
right.
more to win. And so they,
Yes.
they never stop. Once someone starts Pipeline Wednesday, very seldom do they turn it off because
Yeah.
no other event gets better ROI than a
Yeah.
Pipeline Wednesday.
And see, this is the thing. So it's that consistency of focus. It's not like 3 hours a fortnight is not over the top. I mean,
No,
I've heard of some companies expecting their teams to do 10 hours of cold calling a week. And it's just a setup for failure because no one's going to do that and then also go out and try and meet with all of those people. But this is the thing. So if you're gamifying it, you're making it fun, they're building a muscle, it becomes part of their business as usual rhythm, and you're going to see results. And then as a salesperson, those results build on themselves because once I start to see that actually what I'm doing is making a difference in the right way, I'm more inclined to continue to do it, aren't I?
it's exactly right, Ingrid. And guess what happens? It's like that guy came first last Wednesday. Okay, I'm gonna beat her next Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get more leads. I'm gonna get ready. It's like again, you want to clean your house, have a party. So they're getting ready. They got their list ready, and it's not called to close something. So just to be clear, it's called to book a meeting. Your
Yeah.
ask is a 30 to 40-minute meeting to explore their needs, to understand their business pain, to see if you can bring some gain and explore how that might go forward. So we're not trying to sell anything. We're trying to sell time. So the objective is to sell yourself and the role you might be able to play to help them like you've helped many others.
Yeah.
And all they have to do is text you or me the name of the account and the date of the meeting, and it's on the scoreboard. And it's real time. So like I just got off the phone, oh, but she's got two more. I need to make more. So it becomes this horse race, right?
Yeah.
to actually win, and it becomes. You're right. It's cumulative.
Yeah.
So through time, this sales muscle gets developed, and it's like, oh, I know she won last Wednesday. I'm gonna have to have a longer. And I will say, if you have 30 leads, if you're an account manager and you're farming, you got to do account reviews. You might need to start your pipeline Wednesday with 15, 18 accounts to call on,
Yeah.
because the likelihood of them saying no on account review is low, right? If you're out there, I say, slaying dragons, looking for brand new accounts, hunting, which I like to call it,
Yeah.
you might need to start your day with 30, 35 leads to try and book a meeting.
Yep.
And for me, my discipline around Pipeline Wednesday, quite often they're going to go to voicemail. I might send I'll go on to, it's not Wing It Wednesday, by the way. So
Yeah. It's not Workout Wednesday.
it's not like you look things up on Wednesday morning and go, oh, I see their website. I see them on
Yeah.
LinkedIn. No, it's Get Ready Tuesday. It's
Yeah.
Pipeline Wednesday, right? So who are you going to call? Whatever research background you got to do that before the whistle blows. Because
Yeah.
all we're going to do is smile and dial and book meetings all morning long.
Love. Oh my God, I love it. Smile, dial, and book meetings all day long. I love that.
Yeah, well, all morning long, right? It's only
Yeah.
3 hours. Because I agree with you. If companies are telling their salespeople, you've got to do 10 hours of outreach every week, well, guess what happens? Quality goes way down.
Yep.
There's no gamification.
Yep.
It's all a quantity game, and you're setting salespeople up to fail.
Yep.
As a sales leaders out there listening, your job is to create confidence in salespeople, to
Yes.
show them and believe in them that they can do this over and over
Yes.
sustainably. 10 hours of
Yes.
prospecting, of cold calling a week, you're setting them up to fail. You're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's amazing. Okay. You talk about account reviews with existing accounts. Um, and I love that. And I love that you include account growth opportunities in your pipeline. There are some companies that I've come across that just don't think about account management and including that in their pipeline. First of all, they're in their pipeline at all, let alone in something like a pipeline Wednesday. Can you tell me the difference that it makes to the strength of a sales team when you've got hunters doing Pipeline Wednesday and farmers and those that hunt on the farm on, doing outreach calls, and the difference that it makes to revenue growth and new opportunity growth?
It's massive, Ingrid. It's
Yeah.
massive because quite often the salespeople or account managers that have been assigned and maybe developed and growing to date
Yeah.
accounts, they're seen as sort of the senior statespeople of the sales organization. Maybe they make the most money based on their territory size. Are they
Yeah.
doing the most important work? Well, that's arguable. We could have another podcast to talk about that sometime.
Yeah. Yes,
If
please.
a company's dedicated to growth, everyone hunts.
Right.
Everyone hunts on the farm or in the reserve, and so too do the sales leaders. We
Yeah.
all have to hunt. You can't say go hunt. You say let's go hunt. Let's go do this together as a team. And so in sales, like just to demonstrate how you might do it. So if I've got a list of accounts and I've called someone up, let's just say on a pipeline Wednesday, hey, how you doing, Nancy? Haven't talked to you in a couple of months. I'd love to come over and I'll bring a coffee or we could do it over lunch, whatever you like. I'd like to do an account review with you because I
Yeah.
think there might be more things we could do to help you. And I want to make sure what you are getting, the value delivered conversation, is
Yeah.
actually going the way you wish.
God, I love you.
Right?
Yes.
No, no, but I'm just saying, those are
Yeah.
your words, by the way.
Yeah. It's
So I go
amazing.
into in sales, like I say, add opportunity,
Yeah.
right? So when here's the fields. There's not many. There's
Yeah.
not many fields at all, and that's the beauty of it by design. I've had
Yeah.
sales CEOs go, well, can you add this? Can you add that? I'm like, no. How many salespeople? How many accounts? Do you know how much sales time you just stole from them with this
Yeah.
request? We're not adding it. Sorry. No. It's for salespeople first. You figure out to lead with it, right? So I don't know. I'm ahead of the union of the sales world.
I think you're the only union
You and I
officer.
both, right?
Anyway, yep. Great.
So, and in the account, all the sales account managers click down and it sees the list of all of their accounts.
Yep.
So just pick one. Oh, this is from Vodafone. Okay, must be in Europe. What's the name of the project? Uh, Account Review New Zealand. Oh, if I could spell, that would be great. But anyway, you know where I mean. I don't know the value right now.
Yep.
I'm kind of half in the dark with the keyboard on an angle. Sorry. I'm not
Yep.
for, I have no idea what's there
Yeah.
yet, right? But I know it's going to happen. And when's it going to happen? Well, I might just set an alert date that I want a reminder the day before my account review. And I might want to add a note prep team for account review. That's
Yes.
my internal team. Okay. So now it's going to give me a heads up a couple days prior because it'll flash in my pipeline. Interested's good for now. So now in that account manager's pipeline, there's Vodafone. We haven't given it a close date. We haven't given it a dollar value. It's a repeat client, so it's not a new source of lead. But November 3rd, that will start to flash. The
Okay.
account review is not till the 7th, so I've got some time to get ready. So
Okay.
that's how easy it is to set up an account review in Saleslook. So that, how long did that take? I don't know, maybe 11 seconds? I had to
Yeah.
talk. If I was just doing it, it would be quicker.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But then that's good because then what it does is it totally changes the culture as well. And I just want to come back to something that you said earlier. Everyone hunts if we want growth, and I think that that's something that you start to change the culture when everyone's included in it and when everyone's kind of all in.
Absolutely. I remember Ingrid in Seattle about 3 years ago, which isn't far from Vancouver. It's about a 2.5 hour drive across the border down the I-5. And I go down on Tuesday nights, sit around and have a chat with their CEO. How's it going? Every second Wednesday, same format, same program. And I would do Pipeline Wednesday in person.
Yeah.
So they had cubicles. There was 8 salespeople. They
Yeah.
had their cubicles and they were all ready. I had a scoreboard that was real time. I had like a whiteboard with their names, and they would book a meeting. They had to hold up a post-it note. I'd come over and get it, like, Debbie Demo, and put it
Yeah.
right beside their name. And I'd
Yeah.
move the board around so everyone could see the scoreboard.
Oh,
And that was account reviews and new meetings. Right?
love.
So it became so competitive. It was COVID that helped me
Yeah.
create this online way to do it. Because
Wow.
right, and so it's working. So I'm not changing that. It works for everyone better. A lot of salespeople work from their home office anyway.
Yeah.
So why drive to an office just for 3 hours? So
Yeah, that's
it
right.
works way better.
Yeah. That is excellent. That is excellent. We're going to have some more. I think what I'd really love to do, Ian, in future episodes is maybe talk about, the different shapes of the pipeline.
Funny
Um,
you asked that, Ingrid. Funny
yeah,
you
yeah,
asked that. I,
yes.
I'm glad you brought that up. So I've been coaching with the pipeline for over 25 years.
Okay.
Over 17,000, 8 countries, as you mentioned. Doesn't matter the size of the company, the industry, the geography. It really doesn't matter. A pipeline's a pipeline if
Yeah.
everyone's using it properly. Right?
Okay.
So within the app itself, right beside the little Saleslook University cap, there's this little bar chart. You see the bar chart there?
I do. I
So if I
do.
click on that, so here's the different shapes.
Oh,
So the ideal shape of a pipeline looks like that.
Yes.
And so if I have a certain situation with my pipeline, oh, there's hero resume. I click on that one,
Yeah.
and what happens is I get coached on what's going on with this pipeline.
Oh, how cool is that?
In the red text, it tells you what you better look after because that's an unhealthy pipeline, right? So it goes down and tells you what the cautions are, what you better do. So I just go back to the pipeline for a moment. So a salesperson would look at their pipeline and go, okay, I kind of look like this. Which one does it closest resemble? And within the app, there's built-in coaching. It's not audio, it's not you and me talking, but they can get some instant feedback on what they might want to think about to fix
Yeah.
their pipeline.
Yes. Yes. I
I
mean,
would be happy to do another episode and
will
talk
we
about
will.
anything with you, including
Yeah.
shape. Absolutely.
Yeah, no. We're going to because where, where my head goes with all of this, because this is a great introduction, particularly to Australian listeners and Australian watchers of this video, of, an introduction to Saleslook and understanding how it fits in with their existing, their CRM, which is a data bank of information. But when we're talking about actively growing sales and sales outcomes, revenue, we need an active pipeline that we can at a glance tell exactly what's happening. When I think where my head goes is in subsequent episodes, I think what we'll do is we'll explore things like shape and then just some techniques that sales leaders can use to really coach their people to improve their outcomes and to have different discussions as well. So we've got Pipeline Wednesday where we're adding to our pipeline, and we're starting to create more opportunity to progress across the pipeline. But what I also would really appreciate, and I know a lot of sales leaders would appreciate, is how to use what it is that I've discovered after Pipeline Wednesday. And I'm having a look at my team's output. What do I do with it now? How do I maximize that? How do I help them to realize the revenue that they've identified?
Absolutely, Ingrid. And Pipeline Wednesday, when I facilitate for my clients, I keep score as mentioned. Then I send that back to everyone, so everyone
Yeah,
can see how they did. And I
yeah,
definitely copy senior management, even the CEO on it, to see what's happening, so they can see. But again, back to the team view. So
yeah,
any sales leader or CEO at a glance can go, who's feeding their pipeline? Right? They
yep,
can just see it like right there because now it's in.
yep,
And folks listening to this, Sales looks a wonderful tool designed for sales by sales. But while you're doing Pipeline Wednesday, do not touch your keyboard.
mm,
There's a reason there's buttons on a phone. It's to call. You're
yeah,
calling people to book meetings. That's all
yes,
you're doing, right? You're not update your pipeline afternoon. After the
right,
bell rings at 12, then, and hopefully you're inputting 10, 20 deals. Great. And that'll take you, I don't know how long, maybe 10 minutes. Then go have
yeah,
your sandwich, right?
got
So
it.
another thing that you were kind of touching on, Ingrid, and so in team view only, there's a little, we call it the pulse. It's a heart with a little,
Ah,
almost like, you're in the incubator, your heart's online. And so if a sales leader wants to just get the pulse of their pipeline, how
yes,
are we doing?
yep,
They can just click on that and again, at a glance, see the changes in their pipeline. This particular one is the last 7 days. What has
yep,
happened to our team pipeline in 7 days? A little bit
mm,
is closed, but we've added a lot to our pipeline. We're tracking well.
yeah,
Also available on here is the last 4 weeks, and in fact, the last 4 quarters. So
yeah,
some leaders, they might look at that and go, we closed some deals, revenue's down. Who did that? Oh, I might want to drill into Warren Buffett's pipeline. Yeah, he won that big deal. Now what are we doing? Right? So
mm,
it gives you the notification at a glance again within seconds to see where do you want to look now?
yeah, yeah. It's fantastic. Oh, Ian, we're off to the races. We've made our first, dive into this fantastic solution and enabler for people that are very time poor, that need to do more with less. And, you can tell that it's been designed. I mean, I can personally say, because I use it, how intuitive this system is. You can tell that it's been designed by people who really know the world of a salesperson, because you just like you showed it's all drop downs. You just add in the amounts really and choose a color and assign a tag to it about the lead source. Everything else is there for you.
Ingrid, what I didn't show you, if you just give me a moment,
Yeah.
you could drill into a deal. Let's go into this Bell deal, and I can change the category right here,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yep.
Or if I know it's changed, I can just come out of here and I can grab that deal and I can just drag it to select it and it moves it for me. Boom, right now. I don't have to. And something else that software very never does actually. When I close a deal, Saleslook gives you closed confetti. Congratulations, you won a deal.
Do I know that people that are non-salespeople won't get this, but when I was doing this on Wednesday and I was putting things into the closed category and the confetti came out, I have to say I loved it. I was like,
Nope, but that's
oh,
sales.
this is
That's the spirit of a salesperson. Someone said,
yeah.
"Good job, Ingrid. Good job."
Yeah,
Oh.
yes, that's it. We need to celebrate, and if it's we need to celebrate. It's fantastic.
One of the
Um,
first versions had fireworks going off, and I said, "I think we've
oh,
gone too far. I think we might have gone too far. They could be in an office. It could be noisy. You can't do that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
could be doing Pipeline Wednesday. No, no, no. Tone it down."
It's fantastic. Well, I'd like to just offer the listeners, because this is something that is very dear to my heart. Listeners, I'm offering the first 10 people that email in at admin@thesalesdoctor.com.au that you're interested in Saleslook. I will give you the first month for free, and I will also give you one Pipeline Wednesday complimentary. So email in, let me know that you're serious, that you mean business, that you really want your business to grow next year. We'll have a conversation. I'll reach out to you and we'll have a conversation about it. And that's my offer to you, especially if you've listened to this podcast episode and you're like, you know what? This is exactly what we need to be doing differently. And then I will come and help you. So that's my offer. Ian, can I say thank you again for your generosity of time with today's episode, taking us through this amazing technology, and thank you for developing it in the first place.
Ingrid, my pleasure. And for those of you bold enough to take Ingrid up on her offer, I will be proud of you. I really, really will be. And I'll be there to help Ingrid.
Thank you. And that means a lot to me too. All right. Well, Ian, I will see you and speak with you pretty soon, I reckon.
I think next week.
All right. Have a good rest of the day.
Yes, you as well, Ingrid. Thank you, my dear friend.
Thank you. Okay, you've been listening to The Sales Revolution. I'm Ingrid Maynard. And to find out how the Sales Doctor can help your organisation to transform its revenue, growth and profit, visit us on our website at www.thesalesdoctor.com.au. I look forward to your company next episode. Bye for now.